Alright, we back live again. Alright, we back live again. Let's get back into it. Alright, back into it.
What does God look like? I'm going to show you a painting, or rather, a photograph of a painting. Just take a moment and stare at it. What do you see? If the answer is nothing, if it just looks black to you, don't worry, that's what I see too. But that's not what everyone sees. The painting I've chosen for this project is titled Portrait of God. While most viewers see nothing, some insist they see a person in the darkness, one that they can describe and draw out with consistent details.
It's a man, or close to a man.
Wrinkled, skinny.
Really skinny.
He looks skinny.
He's smiling.
He's grinning. He smiles down at us.
Almost looks like the corners of his mouth got smudged.
It's like he's wearing a mask.
It's too wide. His eyes,
He's looking down with wow. His eyes are big.
They're big.
they've got this glint in them.
Speckle of light in them. Honestly, it's unsettling. Of course it's frightening. That kind of power should be.
I don't like looking at it. I don't like it.
It's beautiful.
Maybe it's just a trick of the light. Maybe they're seeing something they want to see. But how are their descriptions so consistent? Maybe they really are having a religious experience. And why does God appear to them and not us?
Bro, I saw it. I swear I saw it. Bro. Nah. Nah, what was that, bro? Dude, do y'all see that? What is that? Bro.
What does God look like? I'm going to show you a painting, or rather, a photograph of a painting. Just take a moment and stare at it.
Wait, she just did this, right?
What do you see?
I see it. It's coming in. It's coming in faintly. I saw the eyes. Two little dots. Bro, right when it was flickering, bro. It was flickering. Now more is coming in. paintings don't do that. Don't turn around. Bro. Now it's coming to you. Bro, just straight up box that bitch, bro. Like, tell him put his dukes up, dog. Say, I am not going out without you catching a fucking fade first. Alright? Nobody gonna take me out without a fade. Gonna run them woods.
And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom.
Oh yeah, beat that motherfucker up.
And the glory forever.
Beat the fuck out of that motherfucker. Beat the shit out of him. Like straight up uppercut that motherfucker so hard. Oh, she's just been fucking sitting there crying. What did she do? She's been sitting there for 3 hours. Bro, what? And then she started smiling. Nah. Nah. Bro. That was a W film. W short film. W short film. W short film. W short film. Aight. So we're gonna go on to the next one. 7 days stranded in a cave. 7 days stranded in a cave. Y'all get ready for this. Y'all lock in. It's Mr. Beast.
Like this, but I'm currently descending hundreds of feet into a cave that runs over 5 kilometers deep into the earth. And whether we like it or not, as soon as my friends and I touch the ground, we are officially stranded here for the next 7 days. That might have been the scariest thing I've ever done. First things first, we gotta get really far away from where we rappelled down. Why? If it storms, this entire area could flash flood, fill up like an ocean, and potentially drown us all. Which is why we're going deep into the cave to set up base camp.
Bro, this is just wicked. Dude, this is like a different world.
This cave entrance may be beautiful, but looks can be deceiving. We didn't know it yet, but the next 7 days will by far be the hardest of our entire lives. It's gonna get dark in a couple hours. If we don't have a camp, we're screwed, okay?
Do you have any idea where you're going?
We're just looking for flat ground to set up camp. Upon entering the mouth of the cave, we stumbled upon...
Bro, I ain't even gonna cap. I would do this with some of my friends, bro. If one of my friends just texted me one day and was like, yo, bro, you wanna go rappel down into a cave? Fucking make a video out of it? I mean, like, fuck yeah, bro. Let's go do it.
On an area with high enough elevation to protect us from any flash flooding, meaning that it was perfect for camp.
Perfect is a crazy word.
Good enough is what I would use.
Good enough for camp. We spent the rest of day 1 grabbing our supplies that we were dropped with.
Each one of these bags weighs like 80 pounds.
And as you can see by the footage, we spent around 4 hours.
This is very hard to traverse.
Getting all of it back up to our base camp. All right, we've got some lights on in here. Our supplies are finally at our home base. And if you point the camera over there, you'll see it's pitch black. It took all day. And so we set up the bare minimum for camping grounds. We drilled holes to hang up some ropes. Grab these, pull yourself up. Looks like the ropes will be able to support hammocks. And with the help of our survival guide, Joel, we hung our hammocks. This thin rope is what holds up my hammock. Yep. ate some dinner, and prepared for a very cold night one.
Not gonna lie, this hammock is way more comfortable than I thought it would be.
Hey. Oh, God.
Why is my head so big, bro?
This part of the cave is 2.5 kilometers deep, and we're basically camping at the entrance. Tomorrow, we have a lot of exploring. How'd you guys sleep?
Horribly.
I didn't. It's a very perplexing environment. The cave's constantly dripping water on us from above, so we put a tarp over us. But even still, the water's dripping into our hammocks.
I have an idea. Let's make our shelter actually good.
I say we connect these tarps so we stay dry while we're sleeping.
That's literally genius.
I'm not just a YouTuber, okay?
My hammock gets out right here. Are we serious right now? This is where I just got out of bed.
Trolling Valorant players with a neon voice changer. Rena, you want to see how fast neon really is?
You like the...
For that shit, bro.
And we didn't realize it at the time, but this hole is almost 40 feet deep. So while Sean and I got started on the super tarp, Mac and Carl went to see how dangerous this hole was for themselves.
Do you see my hammock up there? That is where I slept. Now look at this.
And because everything looks the same, and it's probably pretty hard to follow us in this cave, on this map, you can see our home base and how far they're moving away from it.
All right, Mac. It's been real, bro. Oh, bro, this is crazy.
While the boys are randomly exploring, me and Sean actually have to work on the camp. Why is there a sleeping bag over here?
Because it smelled like pee.
Ew.
Lesson number 1, don't rent your sleeping bags.
Why did we rent sleeping bags? Why did we not just buy sleeping bags? We're zip tying the tarps together to create one mega tarp. Don't mind me just trusting this rope with my life. And meanwhile, Mac and Carl were still in a hole.
Oh my God, Mac.
And eventually, they finally made it to the bottom.
Hey!
We're supposed to be working on camp.
We just wanted to show how dangerous camp was.
Just don't fall. It's a skill issue.
Oh, okay.
And even though they should have been on their way back, Carl and Mac insisted on seeing how deep they could go.
Bro, this...
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're down in a cave, just, like, don't fall. I mean, it's not that hard just not to fall. I mean, like...
This looks so crazy. You think you could make it through the river?
Well, little do these two know, this river actually runs throughout the entire cave, which means we'll be spending some time in it.
Oh, there they are.
Tell me you guys cooked.
Oh, we cooked.
That's right.
A new home, am I?
Imagine they went in the water and they just got drug all the way downstream into the bottom of the fucking cave.
All right.
Let's go.
We now have a roof.
Look at this. I'm not gonna lie, you're actually kind of crushing.
And we moved the fire pit to this little cove we found. What do you think?
It's warmer. It's cozy.
These rocks trap the heat here and block the pee from the rocks above.
It's not pee.
What do I call it?
I don't know, maybe rain or something.
But it's not rain, it's rock.
Baby.
Wait, point it up. Do you see clouds? No, you see rocks. It's not rain.
Rock pee.
Rock pee.
Rock pee, fine.
All right, it's rock pee. And after a much drier night of sleep, we decided to have Joel, our survival expert, help us get all the way to the end of the cave. Cave!
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 Cave! Cave! Cave! Yeah!
Let's see how deep in the cave we can make it. Now, keep in mind, we are still just at the beginning of this massive cave, and our goal is to make it all the way through it, without dying, of course. Oh my gosh, this is kind of steep.
Bro, you ain't seen nothing yet.
We're going deep in the cave.
All right, boys, suck in your guts.
Where things get tight. I don't actually think I'm gonna fit. The interesting part about cave exploration is 1 second, you're barely fitting through cracks in the rocks.
Oh my God, this is so tight.
And then the next, you're in a massive chamber, so big that in order to see it all, we had to do this.
Woo! Oh my God!
I can actually see now. This is awesome. This thing is bright. Woo! Bro, look at how cool this is.
Yeah! It's so bright, I can't even look at it. I'm like getting blinded.
Oh no! Oh no! In hindsight, we probably didn't use that the most effectively. Lead the way. And so we continued on.
Feel free, there's a really good handle up the top
Right here?
there. And then you can sort of swing a foot around onto this one.
Like this?
Yeah, yep, perfect.
Joel, the best caving guide ever. No one's died yet.
All right, guys, this is where things get interesting.
What? What is this?
So from this point on, wetsuits, we're going for a swim.
Yesterday, Mac and Carl were joking about doing this, but the rest of this cave adventure takes place in a freezing river.
Oh my God, this is insane!
Meaning wetsuits are the only way to not get hypothermia.
Why are we doing this?
This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Because you die after
are you doing? So in order to get to the end of the cave, we have to hop in this river and fight the rapids through this tiny hole in the rock and carefully squeeze our way through it.
Take your time. It will take your feet behind you a little bit.
All right, I'm getting in the river.
Hey, yo, what's up to my one viewer?
It's so cold.
Comment in chat.
You got it, Jimmy.
I don't know if I fit.
Jimmy, I need you to pull yourself up out of the water.
Oh my God. What's crazy about doing this it's so cold. Is when you're completely submerged in freezing cold water, gripping onto the rocks becomes incredibly hard. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Carl, let's go.
You got this. Keep going. Look how crazy this is, dude.
And even though this obstacle was difficult, it's nothing compared to what's up ahead. Hey, boys, we're now 10% done. Which means we've only scratched the surface of this expedition, and we still have over 2 kilometers remaining to reach the end.
As you can see, it rains in this cave 24/7. So I'm making a chill spot for us to hang out in and not get wet. I wonder what it would look like if I wasn't here to build all this. Pretty sure they'd just be sleeping in a pile on a wet rock.
Why don't we keep moving now that the bodies are wet? You got it. Temperatures are going to drop quickly.
Why is this so difficult? The worst part is, every inch we go this way is an inch we gotta go that way to get back to camp.
Become the master of the air, the thunder of the seas, or a tank fury in the epic multiplayer action game War Thunder. It's a whole world of military.
Our next obstacle may be out of the water, but that doesn't make it any easier to get through.
Oh, is that a spider web? Spider, I don't see a spider.
That means it's probably on us.
Yeah. It's on you, it's on you.
I hate my friends. This cave is like a Mr. Beast video. The further you go, the harder it gets. Just straight up, if we didn't have Joel, I'd be dead. And after 3 hours, Joel had some bad news for us.
The water's too high and we've taken too long. We're gonna have to turn around for today and head back to camp.
I disagree! You can't disagree with the safety expert! I disagree! Well, we can't really disagree. It turns out we wasted way too much time filming and playing with flares to the point where we now had to restart and attempt this mission another day. Sean, we're back! What'd you do while we were gone?
Hopefully nobody gets wet now.
Bro, I didn't even know we packed lights.
Yeah, they're awesome, right?
Sadly, we only made it 20% through the cave today. But mark my words, we will go the distance in a future day.
I doubt it. That's not gonna happen.
We might rest on day 4, and then on day 5, try to go all the way to the end of the cave and see what's there. Day 3 was a lot of fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
After a third miserable night in the cave, the next morning we only had one thing in mind.
A hot shower would literally save my life right now.
Oh, showering would be awesome.
I haven't showered in 4 days.
As you can imagine, showering inside a cave isn't easy. We had to hike all the way back to where we rappelled in to safely reach the riverbed.
What's so cold? Oh my God!
I feel my brain. I've never felt my brain like this.
My forehead is frostbite.
Let's use the drone to dry our heads off.
Come here, drone.
Hold on, brother. Stop.
It's actually working.
Yeah, it is working.
Who needs a hairdryer when you have a drone? And after we dried off, we sat down with Joel to plan our journey. What is this, Joel?
This is the map of the cave. Last time, we had to stop because of the fast-moving water, but the rains have been slowing, so we might just get a window to reach the end by tomorrow.
Dude, this is about to be wild.
First, we'll need to pass some of those same rapids from yesterday, dive off massive cliffs, and avoid jagged rocks. And if we can make it past all that, we will finally make it to the beautiful glowworm chamber.
Don't tell us what that looks like. I want us to be surprised.
Do you think we're gonna make it?
Nah, let's not play that game. We're all gonna make it.
With tomorrow's plan thoroughly mapped out, we rested up and made feastable s'mores to regain our energy.
Everyone cheers.
Yippee!
Oh, Joel's about to have his first feastable s'more.
All right, Joel, be honest.
Joel approves?
Joel approved.
Why didn't we whip this chocolate out earlier? This just got like 10 times more fun.
Guys, for real, if you've never tried s'mores with feastables, you're really missing out.
Tomorrow, we're gonna explore the entire cave. We'll see you guys then.
So we tried to sleep as much as we could and prepare for tomorrow's journey to the end of the cave. We're about to embark on one of the most dangerous journeys of my life. Because of our experience from day 3 and focusing less on filming, we were able to make progress way faster. Woo! This water's cold.
Just like the other day, bro.
Nice, bro. Easy.
And to ensure our best chance of survival, in addition to Joel, we brought another survival expert with us. This is where we had to stop on day 3. How we doing?
We're making much better time.
Behind us, it's pitch black. Where do we go?
This area gets narrow, the current's strong, so we're gonna use the walls and kind of climb our way along. Yep, through we go.
I got it. Oh, God.
Yeah,
jump for that first rock. There's a couple of good rocks around the corner as well you can get a hand onto.
It's so dark down here. There's no bottom right now. My feet aren't touching the ground right now.
Because we couldn't reach the ground, this meant that if we let go now, we could get swept away by the strong current directly beneath us.
Joel, what are we doing?
I would go into here if you can. That's a good one.
I can't even see where I'm going.
The current is taking me away.
You got it. You got it. Get yourself in there, and it's going to get way gentler.
I go in here?
Yep, in the hole. Yeah, well done, well done.
This might be the most insane thing we've ever done. We are much deeper in the cave than we've ever been, and we're now approaching our first serious obstacle.
So basically, the water's recirculating, so if you fall in, it takes you to the bottom, and it keeps you there.
If we fall, we would die.
Yeah.
Okay, so death is on the table? This is just not what I thought I was signing up for.
Well done. Yeah, perfect.
So now, come on, foot here?
Yeah, correct.
Caving, it's a lot harder than I thought.
You can tell how strong this river is because it created this entire cave.
And fun fact, we're not as strong as a cave.
I'm barely as strong as a human.
Well, fortunately for us, rather than Carl leading this expedition, we've got the literal Avenger, Joel. And just to prove how much of an expert he is, this man literally flexed on us by jumping off a cliff. Oh my God. You're crazy.
Who else is a bit crazy? Surely one of you guys are keen?
I'm crazy!
No shot you want to do that.
What are you talking about? I'm doing it right now, baby. Let's go, Joel.
Godspeed, Mac.
After everything Jimmy's put me through, this ain't that scary for me. 3, 2, 1. You doing it?
No, we got to keep going or we won't hit the end.
Oh my God.
Can we go downstream? Why are we always fighting the current?
I might just start drifting away. I might just give it up.
There are sharp rocks underneath the water. You cannot see them, so watch your step.
Oh my God. It's getting deep again.
I can't. I need to put my feet on. And if the sharp rocks weren't enough of a challenge, it seems like with every step we took... Oh, bro, I can't see anything. This is terrifying. The cave became darker, tighter, and ruthless enough that we began to question if we could even get to the finish line. This is exhausting. This cave is about to get a lot harder, and I have something I need to show all of you. Joel, can I see your bag? Thank you. You know what you've been carrying?
What have I been carrying?
The brand new Mr. Beast Lab Swarms. I'll be honest, guys. As you can see, because of what I've been going through for the past 5 hours, I'm clearly in no shape to tell you about this right now. And so, a month after we filmed this, I built an entire cave set, threw on my Future Jimmy name tag, and then said, hey, Future Jimmy here, and I'm gonna tell you about my brand new toy line, Mr. Beast Lab Swarms. It's a collectible toy line with over 119 uniquely designed characters that you can collect. And the coolest part is, to find out which character you got, you pour water into this tube, shake it up, and the swarms will appear in front of your very eyes. And to demonstrate the product, I made this giant life-size version of the swarms tube. Fill the tube with water. You won't need this much water. This is just a giant tube. All right. And now that this is filled with water, Mac's gonna give it a little shakeage. Oh. Is it shaken up enough? I think it's shaken up enough. Then you pour out the water. Do the honors, Joel. And out of the water will be revealed which 2 swarms you got. This is the rarest one, the Hyperchrome, that I only made 1,000 of. Joel, you can have it. You can have that one.
What does Carl get?
I only have 2. And we didn't just stop with the swarms, we also made these action figure panthers that are in these briefcases, and this mutator that, just like the swarms, has a really cool reveal when you buy it.
Where do I buy them?
I'm glad you asked. Mr. Beast Lab toys are now available everywhere in the world you buy toys. They're all out now. Go give them a try. And after more brutal trekking throughout the cave, we finally arrived at the glowworm chamber. Man, this better be worth it.
Alrighty, team. Welcome to the glowworm chamber.
Whoa!
Holy crap.
That is crazy. Dude, this does not look like it's Earth.
All of the lights you see here are actually created by tiny bioluminescent glowworms. That kind of looks like the Milky Way galaxy. Wow. At this moment, this view honestly made that trek worth it. While making it to the glowworms was definitely worth the trip, our journey was still not over because we had to go all the way back to base camp.
It's almost day 6. They're not back, and I'm exhausted. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep, though. Just worried with them being gone so long.
The trip back is way easier because we're just floating with the current. Now, because you guys have already seen the trip, we're going to expedite the way back. But seriously, this whole journey took so long, we crossed into day 6 before reaching camp.
John,
What's up, guys? I was starting to get worried.
Happy day 6.
Day 6, let's go.
All we had energy to do was thaw out by the fire and finally eat some food. That was a very adventurous day. I'll see you guys tomorrow or later today. It is day 6. Yeah, maybe today. I don't know. Despite being physically obliterated from our excruciatingly long hike, no matter what I did, I was really struggling to fall asleep. I spent 7 days in solitary confinement, 7 days buried alive, 7 days on a raft, and I'm gonna be honest, I think this is harder than all of those. You're constantly soggy and cold. I just keep hitting my body on these hard rocks and it hurts. 90% of the time, this cave is miserable. But between me and you... Jimmy! Yo! Carl! Can you see me?
That's the world's brightest flashlight.
There are moments of fun in this cave. From conquering rapids 300 feet underground. From me and the boys laughing in our hammocks. All the misery is worth it. Because when you're in good company,
let's make whale noises.
This wet, cold, rocky, miserable cave can easily transform into the most beautiful trip of our lives. We cannot leave until everything is picked up. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Let's get out of here. And after our journey back to the mouth of the cave,
oh, it looks so good up there.
We had one more surprise for Joel.
And before we head out, Joel, as a show of gratitude, we got you 50,000 New Zealand dollars. So it's 10 grand for every human you didn't let die.
Oh gosh, thanks so much, Jim.
We love you, Joel. And now that we got that out the way, let's leave. Woo! After 7 long days, we're finally leaving.
Do you have an amazing business idea?
Video chat? Was that a W video chat? Was that a W video chat? Huh? Was that a W video? That was a W video for sure. Now, it's time for the best Dax Flame TikToks. Are y'all ready for this? Y'all gotta lock in, bro. This one's 10 minutes. Alright, let's go.
In this envelope is a check for $15. I would like to ask you to please place this on the ground behind you. I'm going to have 30 seconds to try to get to the envelope and rip it up, and if you guys can stop me, you can keep the money. So, the 30 seconds begins now.
What the fuck?
Okay, so...
Can we take it back?
No,
Bro,
so...
just push his ass
won,
back.
but nice try.
Thank you.
So they're gonna take a second to strategize,
so
and then we'll
awkward.
do it one more time. I won't listen. Y'all don't have to. Okay, 5, 4, 3. So now we're gonna try again. The 30 seconds begins now. And, okay. Okay, I give up, so awesome job. Thanks for watching and have an awesome day. Mr. Beast recently built 100 homes in one day. Meanwhile, my landlord can't even fix one broken door hinge in 100 days. Mr. Beast recently built 100 homes in a day. Meanwhile, my landlord can't fix one broken door hinge in 100 days. Thanks for watching and have an awesome day.
Bro. Alright, so he told that to somebody, some random motherfucker in a store, and he just fucking stared at him, bro. Like, what would you do if you told somebody a joke and they just fucking stared at you? Like, bro, that wasn't funny. Like,
I'm Jim Carrey. Today, I'm going to show you what it would be like if Jim Carrey went to Target. B-E-A-Beautiful. Smoking.
bro, what the fuck is this dude doing?
Healy. You must be the Monopoly man. Do not pass go. Do not pay $200. Alrighty then. Who? Help! Here's Ace Ventura Jr. Somebody stop me. And that's how the cookie crumbles. Good morning, good afternoon, and if I don't see you again, good night.
It tastes really bland. Let's see.
I don't even...
You could use some salt.
It's so awkward.
That's better.
Okay, I'm fucking done with this. No. I'm fucking done with this. No. 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 Fuck it, we're finna watch a Joe Bart video. The levels of nicotine addiction.
Love games but hate the grind? With WeMod, you can be invincible, unimaginably wealthy.
Watch the levels of nicotine addiction. A Joe Bart stream.
The 7 levels of nicotine addiction. I started smoking when I was 13. After a while, I started vaping. This video is somewhat lighthearted, but seriously, do not start smoking or vaping.
The 7 levels of nicotine addiction. So let's jump right into this. So you're chilling at school, you go to the bathroom, and you see a couple of guys in there, you know, hitting some vapes or something.
Hitting a 6% Nick puff bar? A 6% puff? What flav? Strawberry Raz? Oh, hit me.
And one of them walks up to you like, hey, yo, bro, you want to rip this shit? Now, if you're anything like
Say
me...
no. Say no. Genuinely. Hey, bro, you want to rip this?
Yeah, say no, because I did not say no. And now I have a crippling nicotine addiction. I'm just kidding. I don't have a crippling nicotine addiction, but I'm fucking, yeah. I smoke now. And I started in 8th grade because my friend was like, yo, bro, you want to hit this, dude? So, yeah.
This Nick stick?
Don't
no.
do it, dude.
You're going to say yes to this question. So you start ripping this guy's shit, and you realize as you're hitting it, wow,
yes,
this is disgusting.
no.
Why does it taste like this? And the main reason for it is because this guy had it for 3 months. So you exhale the vape, hand it back to the guy, and you're like, wow, I feel dizzy as fuck. Who would like this? And as you say that to yourself, you're like, damn, I kind of like this. Congratulations, you have gone through the steps of stage 1. So eventually, you're going to work up the courage to buy your own vape, whether it be at a vape shop or somebody selling it to you. Now, the very moment you get your hands on a vape, you immediately go straight to stage.
Bro, the first time that I had a fucking... Hold on, wait. Let me turn this shit. Let me turn the camera. Bro, the first time that I had a nicotine buzz and I walked back to class, I felt like I was finna drop in that fucking hallway. And then when I got back into class and I sat in the desk, I passed the fuck out. Like, I was like, bro, what the fuck? It went away after like 5 minutes, 3 minutes, somewhere around there, but... Bro, in 3 minutes, like, I felt like I done took a fucking perk. I don't even know what a fucking perk feel like, but shit, I felt like I was fucking geeking.
Stage 2. So now that you got your vape, you're chilling in your room, and you decided to take a hit of your vape. In case if you never vaped or smoked before...
I don't get vaping, though. Like, I really don't get it. Like, vaping, Nick, dude, you're not getting high. Like, you're just hitting it. Like, you might get like a 10-second Nick high.
Oh, shit. Hold up. I didn't even turn on the fucking thing back. Hold up. Wait. I'm retarded. Sorry, stream.
Like, I've never understood that. Like, it's not like you're vaping THC or you're, like, smoking weed or some shit. Like, you're hitting a Nick stick that tastes good, and then you and then you might have like maybe a weird like dizziness, and then you do it again in 10 seconds, and then you do it again in a minute, and then you do it again in 10 minutes, and then you do it again in 10 minutes, and then you do it again 5 more times. And then you just keep doing it the whole day.
And the bullshit cycle continues. So now that you're casually filling your lungs up with aerosol every 10 minutes. Yes, it's aerosol. It's honestly disgusting that some of these vape companies had us thinking it was water vapor. With all that said and done, you are now moving on to stage 3. So you've been casually vaping for about a good 2 days now, and you notice as you hit your vape, you can't really get that same buzz.
Can you hit a blinker on a neck stick? Because I know for weed carts it's a thing. Can you hit...
Bro, if you hit a blinker on a vape, no, I gotta pull up the fucking camera for this. If you hit a blinker on a vape, I fucking despise you. Bro, what are you doing? Like, your lungs have to be made of fucking titanium. Because there is no way you can hit a blinker on a vape and not fucking die. Okay? Like, if you're hitting blinkers on vapes, you're fucking crazy. That's all I gotta say. Like, you should not be doing that, bro. Like, hitting a blinker on a cart, that is different. Hitting a blinker on a vape, you're fucking retarded.
You can hit a blinker on a fucking neck stick? Dude, that's so cringe. That's so... What's a blinker? A blinker is normally on, like, the battery of a dab cart, and it's when you hit it for so long that the battery shuts off.
Gordz for the follow.
Because it's overheating. A lot of people do that because it's cool. Little do they know, blinkers are literally there because your battery is destroying itself. A blinker is when your battery forcefully shuts off because it's starting to, like, melt. And so when you hit blinkers a lot on THC carts, you start inhaling metal. And people don't know that. And people
Bro, I've hit a shit ton of blinkers on carts.
Don't know that. Oh, let me hit a blinky real quick. Yeah, let you hit a blinky, inhale aluminum. Don't hit blinkers. Well, number 1, don't smoke unless it's legal in your state and you're of age. Number 2, don't hit a blinker ever. Because, not like one, whatever, right? But like, at that point, no. If you keep doing it, it'll ruin your car and then you'll start inhaling metal.
Likely lead you to hit your vape more, that way you can get that same buzz again. And during this time, your vape will probably die. And you have 2 choices in the matter. Either you get another vape...
And then they start fiending. And then you see them, it's like a lost puppy. A deep nicotine addict is like a lost puppy when they don't have a neck stick. They're like asking around manically, like, where does anybody have one? Can I please tap that? And when I have another one, I'll let you tap mine, bro. Please, 1 hit, 1 rep, one or 2 reps, man. Please. It's not even like, dude. When I've gone to college parties.
Oh God, like, bro. When I was in high school, the people in the the high school bathrooms would be filled with fiends, bro. I mean, filled with fiends. Every time the bell rings, there'd be fiends in the fucking bathroom waiting.
People will ask for, like, a dab cart, but they're not, like, fiending. Dude, when you see somebody ask for a fucking neck stick, that shit's, like, oh my God, depressing. Like, holy shit. And then they get another one, then they have to ask for... Dude, I remember when I was in high school and there was kids that are addicted to nicotine and had no jobs. They would ask people for money for neck sticks. Like, imagine going into debt.
Bro, if you ask people at school for money for a vape, that's just down bad. That's just down bad.
To buy nicotine. Wow. And then they get mad. You ever been around somebody that loses a neck stick? It's more entertaining than any show you've ever seen. Genuinely. Like they have one neck stick and they lose it. It is the most entertaining thing you will ever... Where is it? They start fucking flipping couch cushions. Bro, like...
Yeah, if you look for your shit, like, frantically, like you just lost your fucking child or something, that's when you should probably quit, okay? Because you're getting a little bit too up there. Alright.
30 minutes, too. They'll just be scouring the room for it. Like, under couch cushions, they'll pick up the couch. They'll start asking you to empty your pockets and shit. They're, like, panicking. I'm like, bro, this costs, like, $5. Like, you could get another one.
Well,
no, man, no, this one was guava. No, man, And they start freaking out. They get angry. They get mad.
Or you're already seeing the cycle and decide to quit vaping. This is the stage that will decide if you have an addiction. Now, assuming that
you're $25, bro, a Nick stick is $25. See, I don't even know how much a Nick stick is, because I don't fucking buy Nick. Like, I don't know how much that shit costs. Yeah, it's $20. How many puffs? How many rips?
Like,
how many rips? 20 bucks? Yo, how do you guys know this? The majority of you guys are 16 in my chat. How the hell do you know how much a Nick stick costs? Google? How do you know how much weed costs?
You bought another vape, you will now move on to stage 4. So in stage 4, you hit your vape and you don't get a buzz anymore.
How do you know what a blinker is? Oh, bro, well, that's self-explanatory.
Fine and all, but the problem occurs when you don't hit your vape for a little while. You get this slight but noticeable feeling that you want to hit your vape. And if you give in to that feeling, you jump straight to stage 7. But if you don't give in to that feeling, you move on to stage 5.
Stage 5, I'm not addicted. I'm not addicted. Bro, I could quit any day I want. I haven't ripped my shit in like 6 hours. It's been like a day. It's been like literally a day. I'm quitting Nick. Bro, I love that. You guys have that one friend that's quit nicotine 7 times? Bro, I'm quitting this time, I swear. They quit for like 3 days. 3 days. Word for word, this has happened to one of my friends. I'm quitting Nick. Okay, bro. 3 days later, he's ripping it. Like, he goes through that cycle like 4 times. 5th time, I'm quitting, bro. All right. He goes like a week. We hang out. One of my other friends is hitting a Nick stick. Yo, bro, let me tap that. And I'm like, I literally say to him, I thought you quit. He said, well, it's not my vape, so it doesn't count. Next time we hang out, he has one. Like, bro, like, you gotta, like, commit to quitting.
So as time goes by, you start vaping more and more. And you start thinking to yourself, damn, this shit kind of sucks. So you start thinking about trying to quit. You're like, I can do that whenever. I'm not addicted. Even though at this point, you're starting to think about getting a job just to support your non-addiction. So let's just assume you say, fuck this. I'm not getting a job just to vape. And you try to quit. That leads me on to stage 6.
You can quit. For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
So let's assume you go 2 days without vaping after fighting the cravings and keeping it away. You just had a really garbage day, and you walk on home and you see your vape laying on the counter.
I love when my friends will rant about the rip count. Like, my friends will sit there and they'll be like, bro, I just bought this one, and they'll show me it. I'm like, how many rips? They're like 1,000, and then they'll go on like a 10-minute adventure on like, no, but like in reality though, how they measure the rips is probably like, and then they'll puff it and they'll go, like, that's probably what they define as a rip. But what I define as a rip is, see, like, that's a rip, right? So like in reality, like how many rips I'm actually getting comparable to how many rips that it says, realistically, I would say I'm probably going to get around 257. I have counted a few times. Sometimes it fluctuates. You know, there's a plus or minus of about maybe 50 or so, but that's just the factory disassembly on probably when they're putting the juice in. But I would genuinely say that this is maybe 250 max.
Oh, damn, it's been a whole 2 days. I can get buzzed as fuck if I just hit that right now. And the moment you pick up and hit that vape, you're right on back to stage 2. But for the very few people that
and then they have, like, tastes, right? It's like alcohol. Like, it's like their favorite alcohol, but it'll be like what favorite brand nicotine vape they get. Because it's like all disposable shit. It's not like Juul anymore when I was like a sophomore in high school. It's like all the disposable shit. So they'll be like, yeah, I had to settle for the Kangs this time, but you know, last time I actually got the Puff Bar. And then they'll rant about like the flavors and like the flavor profiles. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, what are you, a connoisseur?
Fight that urge. Sadly, it's not over with. Every time you have a stressful or shitty day, you always think about it. You just think, oh, I can go buy a pack of cigarettes and relieve that stress, or I can go buy a vape and relieve that stress. If you can fight that urge, you have successfully quit vaping or smoking. But unfortunately, for a lot of us, myself included, you have to have a really good mentality.
I got a cake bar. I don't hit it all the time. Last time was Wednesday. Cake bars are weed bars. Yo, don't buy cake bars. 90% of cake bars are fucking fake.
You're going to be moving on to stage 7.
That's facts.
Vaping more than you ever have before. And the problem with stage 7 is you just don't care. You've tried quitting, you can't do it, you're just accepting the fact that you're addicted now. Now, once you start actually seeing some of the side effects, you might actually start trying to quit again. But for a lot of us, it just seems like a waste
What
of time.
the hell did
Some
that
of the side
say?
effects, you
Long-term side effects of vaping. Nicotine addiction. No shit. Severe lung injury, seizures. Cryptogenic organizing pneumonia. Popcorn lung, strokes, heart attacks. Holy fuck.
might actually start trying to quit again. But for a lot of us, it just seems like a waste of time. You spend $1,000, maybe even $2,000 every year on something that you don't enjoy and something that you wish you never started.
See, I find that fascinating. $2,000? $2,000 a year on fucking Nick sticks. What? Because you think about it, even if they buy one a week, that's still $1,000. And most people are buying one every other day.
That is the vicious cycle
And
of
most
nicotine.
people are buying one every...
Hi, I'm legit. If that is the
That was a
vicious...
good-ass fucking video. I genuinely like that video. That was a short-ass video, too. All right. Next video!
Alright, W video. But, chat, we gotta fix something real quick here. I forgot how to fucking do it. Oh shit. Oh, also stream, I just added a thing where you can go down and you can spend 50 bits and play a sound. Like there's like, yeah, you can play that.
Get your fat ass back here.
You can play that.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
That.
No more saying cuss words.
These nuts.
Skip it up and down up.
Hey, that's pretty good.
And there's like a bunch of more. There's a bunch more.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
I got a jar of dirt.
I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt.
Daddy, chill.
Daddy, chill.
Nice.
Alright, I gotta go fix my fucking shit though. Hold up. I gotta go fix the chat. I gotta go fix the chat, buddy. I gotta go fix the chat. 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 I gotta draw dirt. I gotta draw dirt. I gotta draw dirt. Alright. There should be no reason why people can't chat in my chat. Alright. Alright, what should we watch, chat? Alright, let's search up worst videos on the internet. The worst video on YouTube. You know, what the fuck, bro? What is that? Let's watch YouTube's darkest videos.
Chicken expert since 1990. Taco expert since now. New Zaxby's Chicken Finger Tacos.
Zaxby Chicken Finger Tacos.
Deadpool and Wolverine is smashing records.
I'm Marvel Jesus, you
See.
And so our story begins. Before it's over, we hope you will never forget it.
It starts with a chance encounter. 3 hikers are backpacking their way through the densely wooded terrain of the Colorado Rockies, when, through the heavy brush, one of them would notice something bizarre hanging from the trees. It almost looked like a bunch of thin black vines, growing from the stems and overtaking this one particular branch, though it clearly didn't seem to belong there. As the closer they got, the more the object appeared to be man-made, which was confirmed by the sight of a horrifying discovery lying directly beneath it. Dropped there in the middle of the woods was the remnants of a small aircraft, one that had been there for what seemed like years judging by the rust and decay. And it wasn't just the craft itself that was in an awful state of decomposition, but also the 2 bodies within it. It was a heartbreaking scene, and a confusing one as well, as when officers arrived, the cause of the wreck wasn't immediately clear, and the possibility of this crash going without explanation seemed very real, had it not been for those ribbon-like vines hanging overhead. In reality, those strange objects were actually the remnants of a VHS tape, with its case being cracked open and its contents scattered about the area. And inside the craft itself were pieces of a broken camera, introducing the possibility that the 2 men inside may have been filming at the time of impact. And so, despite that exposed footage being out there in the elements for an extended period of time, it would be painstakingly pieced together and resurrected, revealing the following footage. On board the airplane had been 36-year-old pilot James Cadell, who had been taking his friend Ronald Wilmond for a flight from Granby to Jeffco, 2 regional airports in central Colorado near the foothills of the Rocky Mountains, which explains the breathtaking scenery that's so apparent throughout the footage. Throughout the 6-minute recording, we hear brief moments of monologue from James as Ronald sits behind him soaking in the view.
Oh, look at that down there, Ronnie, on the left.
Until this moment. The moment that, by many accounts from aviation experts, forever sealed the fate of the plane and its 2 occupants. All around them were tall mountains, which, despite looking beautiful, were soon going to become obstacles for the pilot, as due to something known as density altitude, the small aircraft would not have been able to climb to a higher altitude with enough time to avoid them. Though strangely, nothing is mentioned by James about this unfolding reality, leading some to theorize that he was distracted by the view, and maybe even looking downward at the pristine lake, while the mountain crept closer and closer. It's painful once you realize the predicament they're in, as the closer they get to those mountains, the less chance they have at maneuvering around them. And by the time they do realize, it's already much too late. Recognizing their plight of certain death ahead, James was forced to attempt a nearly impossible U-turn, which ultimately would stall the plane, sending them careening to the fast approaching ground below, where the footage cuts out moments before impact, ending the lives of these two friends in an instant. And it's there that the wreckage would sit for over 3 years until those backpackers just so happened to take that same route. Today, the video is used as a teaching lesson for so many up-and-coming pilots, as countless schools across the country show the tape to their students in the hopes of preventing a similar tragedy. But evidently, the film has also found a home in the depths of this very site, where it has come to be known as one of YouTube's darkest videos.
For once again, he has come face to face with the adverse effects of density altitude.
I believe that he could have pulled up and got over that mountain. I don't know, but I believe he could have pulled up and got over that mountain. There was a way that they could have got out of that and not fucking died.
Trolling Valorant players with a neon voice changer. Reyna, you want to see how fast neon really is?
You like the...
Here it is.
Is this for me?
It's all yours. Now, who is left?
It was only the 22nd of December in the year 1990, but that didn't stop Vaughn Taylor from kicking off the holiday early, as he sat by the tree pulling out gift after gift and opening them in front of an old VHS camera. Behind that camera was Edward Deli, a longtime companion of Vaughn who seemed adamant on filming his friend's reaction to the presents.
You got a light flashing on the phone to that.
I don't know.
Find out.
How am I supposed to find out?
And Lene. Come on, pass them. Oh, wow.
What is it?
Baseball card.
Okay.
The video is a bit awkward, as the two momentarily bicker about the camera recording, and Vaughn hardly seems to acknowledge or show any sort of gratitude in response to the gifts he's receiving, but it's seemingly nothing too out of the ordinary, and is probably reminiscent of so many other home videos out there of friends and family members timidly opening up their presents, except for one overshadowing detail, with that being who these men actually are. Before this video was taken, both Vaughn and Edward had served time in prison, Edward for arson and Taylor for aggravated burglary, and upon their release it was hoped that the two were now reformed.
He looks like a motherfucker that would commit arson. He looks like a motherfucker that would commit arson. I ain't even gonna cap. Hold on, let me play that shit back. Let me play that shit back.
Video was taken, both Vaughn and Edward had served time in prison, Edward for arson and Taylor for aggravated.
Don't he look like a motherfucker that would pull up to your house and just set the motherfucker on fire for no reason? He looks like an arsonist.
Burglary, and upon their release it was hoped that the two were now reformed and would be able to live more lawful lives, which could not have been further from the truth. Almost immediately upon being released, Vaughn would call one of his friends to tell them that both he and Edward had plans to go into the mountains and, quote-unquote, shoot some people. And from there, they set off into the wilderness of Oakley, Utah. On their expedition, the two stumbled across various cabins where they would break in and either camp out for a while or just completely ransack the place, as in most cases, the owners of these cabins were long gone for the winter due to the inclement weather of the area. Though this wasn't true for everyone, as during the same time, the Tita family, consisting of Father Rolf, his wife Kay, and their two children, Lene and Trish, along with their 76-year-old grandmother, Beth Potts, had been staying in their cabin to celebrate Christmas together. And so, on the morning of the 22nd, the family would go into nearby Salt Lake City to finish off the last of their Christmas shopping, leaving the cabin unattended at the exact same time that Vaughn and Edward happened to be strolling through the area. Upon breaking in, the two quickly recognized that whoever was living there had only just momentarily stepped away and would be returning at the very latest by Christmas, as evidenced by the gifts sitting under the tree. And finding their first real opportunity to carry out their intended goal of murder, the two hunkered down and waited for the family to arrive back home. While hiding out, it's unknown what exactly the two had done to pass the time, except for a brief few minutes in which Edward would pick up the family's VHS camera and record Vaughn as he tore into the family's gifts. The added context makes this video all the more disturbing, as Vaughn was opening gifts belonging to the family that they were waiting to kill. And it's made all the more chilling when you notice that Vaughn is carrying a gun, along with the moment that he says Lene Tita's name as he reads it on the gift wrapping.
And Lene.
And worst of all is that the gravity of the situation they were currently in clearly had no impact on these two men, as they were completely emotionless. And unsurprisingly, things only get darker from here, as after a few hours, Beth, Kay, and Lene would pull into the driveway. Upon entering the house, the pair of men would immediately point their guns at the family and start making demands, to which Lene responded by praying to God that her and her family be spared, which was of no use, as Edward turned to her and claimed that her prayers wouldn't work, as he only worshipped the devil. And moments later, the two would grab her mother and grandmother and end their lives for no apparent reason.
Oh, that's bullshit.
This left only 20-year-old Lene, who tried desperately to convince the men to leave, knowing in the back of her mind that her father Rolf and sister Trish would be arriving soon. But it was to no avail, as her pleading was interrupted by the sound of another snowmobile pulling into the driveway. Upon exiting their vehicle, both Trish and Rolf
come
would
in
be
there and do some fucking John Wick shit, except without a gun. Pull up in that bitch, kill them motherfuckers.
held at gunpoint, with Rolf being told to strip his clothes and give up all his money. Again, please.
Oh no, that mother. Oh, he was violated in his own home.
Were made to just take anything and leave them alone, but the two men remained unfazed. They wanted to cause pain and anguish to anyone and everyone, and nothing was going to stop them. And so Vaughn pointed his gun at Rolf and pulled the trigger, striking the man in the face before delivering one final blow to the back of his head, leaving just the two daughters. Having thoroughly decimated what just an hour before was a happy, healthy family, Vaughn and Edward would cover Rolf and the cabin in gasoline and set them on fire, before hijacking the snowmobiles with the two remaining daughters and driving away down the hill to a nearby road. However, they weren't alone. On their way out, the kidnappers and their victims would notice a man waving to them in the distance, with the individual being Randy Zorn, their uncle, who recognized the two girls and attempted to flag them down. However, knowing that had they acknowledged their relationship, it would almost certainly get the man killed, they chose to ignore him and told the kidnappers that they had no idea who he was. Sensing something was off, Randy would follow the group down the mountain where the men were now loading into the family's car. He waved to them once more, this time yelling at the group to stop and even running after them. But again, the girls pretended not to know them, sacrificing a chance at being saved in order to protect their uncle. Confused by this bizarre encounter and apparent urgency from the girls, Randy began to fear that something bad had happened at the family cabin, which was only confirmed when he heard another snowmobile tearing down the mountain. On it was a barely clothed Rolf, who despite being shot in the head twice, set on fire, and his eyes being almost completely swollen shut, was somehow alive and had managed to get on a snowmobile to find help. And it was there that he told.
So he got shot in the head twice, set on fire, and he got the fuck back up and was like, "Nah, see, this ain't what's gonna happen. See, y'all ain't gonna end me like this. I ain't finna go out like this."
Told Randy, "I've been shot, my wife has been killed, and my daughters have been kidnapped." Something that most likely saved the lives of those two girls, as the police were contacted and were able to quickly track down the vehicle, where the kidnappers would accidentally run it right off the road, flipping it over multiple times before crashing into a ravine.
Dumbass.
Quite shockingly, no one would be badly injured in the wreck, and following a brief shootout, Vaughn and Edward gave in and were swiftly arrested, bringing this whole nightmare to an end. When the dust eventually settled, Edward would end up receiving life in prison, while Vaughn, the man shown here opening the family's gifts, was sentenced to death, with both men reportedly being visibly shocked at the sight of Rolf when he showed up to court to testify against them. Rolf would later go on to make a full recovery, which definitely ends the story off on an empowering note, though the carnage left behind by these two men in the moments following this video make it undoubtedly one of the darkest on the site.
I said that's a cool skin you got there.
Yeah, appreciate it, dude.
How do you get that skin? I thought you didn't pay money for this game.
Actually, don't. I use Buff Gaming.
Buff Gaming, what's that?
It's pretty much this program you download, and then it runs in the background, gifts you for playing Fortnite.
Before we get into our next case, I want to first thank BetterHelp for sponsoring this video and for believing in this content. I'm a huge believer in therapy now more than ever, just due to the content that I cover, and also due to the general pressure of making a career on this site. So for me, therapy isn't just a want, but in many cases it's a need. But the problem is, finding a therapist is extremely hard, and that's why I love what BetterHelp is
going in on that. Fuck it. Alright, we ain't gonna watch the rest of this.
doing, as they're making.
Because anyways, the original plan was to just do 3 videos. So, well, I only got one real viewer in here. Gordz Griojo. Come back to the next stream, bro. I see you. And if you would have commented, you could have had a comment in the YouTube video. I mean, unless it's doing that same thing to you, the verified account's only chat, and you don't have your account verified or some shit, and you're not gonna do that shit. But yeah, you could have had a comment in the YouTube video, bro. You can still have a comment in the YouTube video. It's gonna be at the end, but yeah. Alright, I'll see